I created Species Nutrition with one mission in mind: to provide bodybuilders and serious athletes with no-nonsense supplements that work. I put my name and reputation on every bottle of Species Nutrition products. If you want to be your absolute best, join the evolution. Welcome back yet again to the Little Muscle in the Morning show. Hope you're doing well on this Thursday morning. Let's get right into the latest. Alright, at this point, we're only a few days away from kicking off the action at the Arnold South America. And if you haven't hopped on the Ross Tabani bandwagon yet, I hate to say it, but you might have missed the boat on this one, because it looks like he might be on the verge of running away with this one by a landslide. When he released this update a few days ago, it effectively put everyone else in the lineup on notice. Because if he shows up looking anything close to what we're seeing right now, this one might be over before it even gets started. From the moment he announced his plan to compete in Sao Paulo, Behrooz' name has been on the short list of contenders to bring home the Open title, and right now it's looking more and more like he could be the clear-cut favorite. Assuming nothing crazy happens between now and the next show, by the time the weekend wraps up, he could be well on his way to bringing his talent to the Olympia stage for the first time in his pro career. With the Toronto Pro still being 2 months away, it's a little unclear what the final roster will end up looking like here. But to be completely honest, it might not matter who decides to throw their hat into the ring, because all roads to the top are probably going to end up running through Ian Valliere. The extended offseason seems to have done Ian a world of good, because it gave him time to take the quality over quantity approach. When you've got crazy size and muscle maturity already like he does, stacking anything else on top of that only makes you more dangerous. We've seen Ian be dominant at shows like this over the last few years, and that was without having the same amount of time and prep that he has now. So if he really dials things in from a conditioning standpoint, it's going to be a long night for whoever else is unlucky enough to land in those callouts alongside him. As you know, it seems every year we have a few people fall victim to the injury bug. And unfortunately for Charles Griffin fans, it looks like your guy is the first major name to have to bow out of his contest plans for the time being. In case you missed it, a few days ago Charles announced that he was officially withdrawing from the California Pro after he suffered what he's calling a mild pec tear. According to Charles, this looks like it's going to be a 4 to 6 week injury, which will obviously limit what he's able to do in the gym for the time being. But it isn't so severe that he'll need to completely pack it in for the rest of 2023. As we mentioned on a show last week, Charles was the early favorite heading into the Cal, so it's definitely a major blow to his early season. But if he doesn't rush the process, and if he can make a full recovery, there should still be plenty of time for him to get himself back up to full strength by the end of the summer, so that way he can make another run at securing that Olympia qualification before November. And unfortunately, it looks like that same injury bug was busy last weekend, because it made its rounds over to Akeem Williams too. A few days ago, Akeem announced that his 2023 contest season would be coming to an end after he underwent shoulder surgery to repair an injury that he suffered in a car accident last year. It can't help but make you wonder how in the world he managed to perform at a high level for this long if he's been dealing with that already, that nagging pain for close to 12 months. And when you put as much wear and tear on your body from heavy training like he does, you'd imagine that there's no rushing back from this one either. Because the risk of re-injuring it and making things even worse has become amplified. At the same time, on the other hand, Akeem has pretty much been indestructible throughout his entire career. So if there's anyone who can bounce back from this, it's him. Well, whenever he does finally get himself back to firing on all cylinders, something tells me he'll probably jump right back into the swing without even missing a beat. And that does it for another Muscle in the Morning. I'm Tyler. See you back tomorrow. Have a great day.